right, welcome back to Cedar Point. Normally this would just be a kind of a run-of-the-mill kind of trip, but I'm here for one important reason. This is what you would consider the Golden Week. Schools are back in session, and it's still doing daily operations the last week of August, where I have heard this park is pretty dead. Probably not as dead as like you could find in other parks where everything's literally a walk-on, but we're gonna go see. So first things up, let's go over to Top Thrill 2, especially since I missed that when I was here for Siren's Curse's opening weekend. It's down all day, but I already seen it cycling, so fingers crossed it's still running and everything. But let's see what this park is like when it's not its usual typical busy self.
Detectors are in use, but must be secured with an athletic strap. Large items and bags are not permitted and must be placed in a locker outside of the queue or left for non-rider.
Change of plans. Top Thrill 2 temporarily went down after I just saw it test. So let's go do Siren's Curse first. All right, Siren's Curse. Got on it nice and quick, maybe with a 30-minute wait, which is not bad for first thing in the morning. Hopefully it stays consistent later, but that thing, whew, that's still incredible. Got near the back, second to last row. That fantastic drop of everything, and the rest of the layout's amazing. I mean, if you saw my video previously, you'll show how much I praise that thing. It packs a nice punch for such a small footprint and really not being that tall. But now we're gonna go over to the tallest roller coaster in the world. Let's get on Top Thrill 2. Hopefully the longest way to the trip. We were in line for Top Thrill 2. It took about an hour and a half. They're down a train, but I don't care. That is still a top 10 coaster, man. That thing is intense. Probably the most intense roller coaster I've ever ridden, and maybe if that might change once I get on Pantherian later, but regardless, it kicks just as hard as it did last year. Camera battery died on me, so as I was saying, just the insane intensity of this thing, you really feel how fast and how tall you really are, especially from the reverse launch backward. That first launch doesn't do much. It kind of really eases you into it, but whew, I can't wait to do that again. Hopefully they get that third train on there and that line significantly reduces, because I want to get on something quick. Looks like Magnum's up next, which I think has no line.
Cedar Point is not responsible for any loss.
All right, Magnum, good classic, like I always enjoy. I'm glad to get on that one because it was down when I was there, when I was here last time for Siren's Curse, and I feel like one part of the trick is really crank down on your seatbelt and let your lap bar as loose as you possibly can safely. But yeah, it's a great ride. I always love it. So we're probably gonna grab some lunch, and I think we're gonna hit up stuff like Steel Vengeance, Maverick. That was nice because that was an absolute walk-on. I hope that's a better indication of how the day is gonna be instead of like Top Thrill 2 was. Steel Vengeance, you know what my opinion on that thing is. Best ride in the world. Can't tell me otherwise. God, it's incredible every time. Got almost a back row ride. Waited about a close to an hour for it. So the theory of it being a nice quiet day so far has not really panned out. Some rides I think are nice and quiet, like we got on a Magnum nice and fast, but we're gonna try to stick away from the big ones right now and actually get on stuff nice and quick. So, but yeah, hoping to get mini rides on Steel Vengeance and the big ones throughout the next 2 days. Up next is one I've always had a controversial opinion about, with Raptor being one of my least favorite B&M inverts. It's just never clicked for me. Maybe this will be the ride. I doubt it, but we'll see. So the past hour or so, maybe a little bit more, we've been near the front of the park where it's actually been the ghost town that I was hoping this Cedar Point would be this whole time. Getting on Raptor with no wait, Valraven with barely a wait, Gatekeeper, it took a little while since someone puked, but overall wasn't that bad. But we're just able to do pretty much just as much as we did in the little bit of time here versus what we did for all the big ones in the back. But heading more to the back, I'm not sure what we're gonna hit up next, but let's hope things start quieting down a little bit, and hopefully we can get some more rides on like Maverick and Steel Vengeance and all that kind of stuff. Alright, that's more like what I was talking about and hoping for, where we waited just 30 minutes for Maverick. That is one of the shortest I've ever waited for that thing before, so that was what I've been hoping for, but we'll see if things keep going. Maverick itself, fantastic like always. Got a back row ride. Getting yanked over that first drop is just one of the best first drop moments I've ever had. Such a unique ride, and it is so powerful, but I think we just saw that Steel Vengeance is testing, so it looks like they're going to open it back up, and hopefully we can get lucky again, get a nice short wait. Let's get going. Just got double lucky after getting a really short wait on Maverick. Waited a grand total of about 20 minutes on Steel Vengeance, and just not only is basically not waiting for the nice breathing, but also got back row, very back row, and that gave that best in the world ride that I know that for, especially when nice and warmed up. That thing is just, it's untouchable. That's my number one. There may be a few things out there that can really dethrone it, but it's gonna take quite a bit. Just, whew. Near the end of the day, we're gonna go get some dinner, and then we'll figure out what we wanna do to finish off. Hopefully like another ride on Siren's Curse or Top Thrill 2. Hopefully you're doing better on those wait times, especially for Top Thrill. Yeah, you better fucking run. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for. All right, so quick note from future Tyler. I know I was mentioning earlier about how it really wasn't quite able to lap things. The next day, you'll see that in a second, but the next day, we were able to get 4 rides on Steel Vengeance in about an hour and a half. Just kept lapping it because it was just so quiet. Most of the park quite isn't this way, but we just got really lucky. Outstanding, man. It was so fucking awesome to just lap my number one. But yeah, for the most part, it's definitely more busy than I was hoping, but it's still great. I'm having a blast. So I completely wrote off that this would actually happen, but Millennium Force actually ended up opening up on our second day. So once again, this is from future Tyler, but it actually was, it's been down the past several days, so I was anticipating not getting it. All of a sudden, here, Millennium Force is open. Able to get on in about an hour, so it took a little while, but that's to be expected. Amazing ride like always. I always have a very soft spot for that thing, but what an amazing coaster. Overall, everything's going pretty good. Sometimes you wait long lines, sometimes you can get really short. In fact, right now, I'm about to get on Maverick, which we're looking at probably hoping like 30 minutes or less for a wait. Love this thing. Let's go. All right, so just finished out the night on Top Thrill 2. Got in line not too long before park closing. Got a little bit of a twilight ride. Freaking awesome. Obviously great, love that thing. Only have to wait maybe 45 minutes for it. But the begs the question, is coming here the last week in August really the golden week where things are really quiet? Yes and no. Like there were some points in the day where we really got on things really quick. But then we did have some long lines, especially the first time we rode Top Thrill 2, so where it just wasn't quite there. But it's really, it definitely is a good time to come. I would pick this week over several different weeks throughout the year for sure, but it's not quite, at least based on today, what I would consider an absolute amazing, the park is dead kind of experience. Maybe other days are and we got unlucky, but overall, still got a lot done. We were able to get on Maverick in about half an hour, Steel Vengeance in 25 minutes earlier, and so hopefully we get that tomorrow. Won't be filming tomorrow, so we're gonna end this video right here and everything, but fantastic ride. Couldn't get on Millennium Force, wish we could, but it's apparently been down for a while, so not holding my breath for tomorrow, as sad as that is, but I love this park, man. This park is incredible. It gets the reputation it gets for a good reason, but definitely keep an eye out for things. We'll be going to Epic Universe very, very soon. Very much looking at that, and of course ending out the year in Germany in Phantasialand and Europa Park. So make sure you subscribe to Park Productions, see more fun things just like this. So this is what happens when you decide to leave your chocolate bar, your specialty Polish chocolate bar, in the sun all day yesterday. It looks like a turd.
Dude, no, it's beautiful. Gorgeous. It's still kind of intact.
Alright.
Well, you can't have the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Ooh.
Creamy.
Oh, it's actually really good.